Assalamu Alaikum everyone, I'm Ahmed and welcome back. So in this tutorial we'll be learning lists, arrays, tuples, sets and dictionaries in Python. Probably it's going to be a very long video. I don't think so very much because what we're gonna learn today is very easy. So let me open my PyCharm. Okay, so now first of all we're gonna learn what an array is. Now an array is type of a list. Uh, let's just first say that you want to have a list of variables along with some data. And let's say you want name 1 equals to Ahmed, name 2 equals to him, name and name 3 equals to Bill, and lastly name 4 equals to Ben. Now this is very long. This is a bad code. I'm telling you. We have created variables, four variables, and given them four types of data. And not four types of data. We have given them four data of strings. These all four are string methods. But what if you want to add more of these? Look, it's an infinity amount of this. What if you want to add so much that your code will, when you're adding so much of these, your code won't look very kind of epic at all. So you can see 1690 lines and all containing this much stuff. I'm gonna arrange that all. What if you want to create a list where your different names are being stored, and so for this I'm gonna introduce you an array. An array is a type of list. Array, I'm just gonna create a variable called array and give it a list. So in Python we use arrays with the help of brackets. So here are square brackets. These square ones you might have those in your keyboard. These square brackets are important for arrays because that's how arrays are created. And one thing to notice, this is an array object. Whatever you use inside for the list, either numbers, strings, floats, or booleans, it would always be in an array object, and you can do whatever you want with an array object. So array, I'm gonna just create some strings. Ahmed, name, then this. So now you can see how nicely our code was being formatted. It's really nice. We didn't have to create many variables for our data. So this array is very useful. It's very functional. And so now one thing about these arrays is that you can create multiple you can say duplicates of these data types. Let me just delete this. So here we have two bills. We can like this. We can have more than two kinds of data which are the same, means duplicate. Now what if I want to print my array? I will just type in array as a variable and I get my list. Ahmed, Tim, Ben, Bill and Bill. They duplicate for a new string. So So this is all an array can do. So now an amazing thing about an array is that Python automatically indexes these the objects, the data we have inside of our array list. So for Ahmed, it's an index. Indexing means giving numbers to different positional objects inside of our list. So we can use indexes by using square brackets, again square brackets, and I'm gonna just type 1 because we expect Ahmed to be the first index. And wow, here we get Tim. Why is that so? We were expecting Ahmed to be printed instead of all of these because Ahmed is in the first position. Why? Because the computer. It's not because of Python itself, but because of the computer itself. So the computer doesn't start using numbers from 1. It doesn't start with 1. It starts with 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then the infinity, whatever along with the number. So the computer always starts with a 0. So this Ahmed should be a 0. It should be at the 0 index. If I run this code and you see we get Ahmed. Why? Because this Ahmed is indexed at the 0 position. If I want to, if I type in 4, just like before, let's take it a demo. We expect bin and we get an error. List index out of range because 4 is never an index. Now let me show you. Type in here 3, and so this I'm gonna put a comment over here, and for Ahmed we're gonna type in 0. Tim is going to be 1, then 2, and Bill 3. So this is how the computer would read the indexes inside of array list. So Ahmed is indexed at 1, Tim is indexed at 2, 1. Ahmed is indexed at 0, Tim is indexed at 1. My apologies, I'm rushing out. Ben is indexed at 2, Ben is indexed at 3. So if we run this with the index of 3 and we get bin. So this is how you can access single object from an array list. Next we, what time is it? I told you it's going to be a very long video. We have just studied one thing. So next we have tuples. Now tuples are similar to array list, but the difference is that tuples are, you can't add or subtract or remove anything from the tuple. Now I think I should have started it already. I wanted to discuss the methods inside of arrays. Let me just show you. Now for arrays, you have many methods. You have append, clear, extend, copy, insert, remove, reverse, sort. If we use the reverse method, it what? What's wrong with it? Reverse? Oh, I think it's just something. Now first we are gonna use the append method, and it requires an object, means a string object or a number or whatever you want. Now append would add another object inside of our array list. Now if I want to add the car, we get none because it's not returning anything. uh, I'm just gonna copy paste that over here. We can I just try like this, and then I'm gonna print the array, and you see we get Vakar at the end. Now if I index it at 4, we probably should, and we get Vakar. Now I before I use for I don't know. I'm just testing it for now. And we get Bill, Ben, Tim, Ahmed, just reversing these. So dot remove. So remove, it's gonna remove whatever we want it to remove. Now, for now, I'm gonna remove Bill, wrong spelling, Bill, and when we print our array, you see there is no Bill in our list. Why? Because we use the remove method to remove Bill. I don't know what else, but next we have count. Uh, let's use, and it will return us something. So use this. So pause it. Messed up with this. I've always messed up with this. Array dot copy pop insert. It's just many other methods you can play around with those. But this is how an array works. So now let's move on to tuples. I was rushing, so I just gave an introduction to that. Now let me just create a variable called tuple. Wait a minute. Oh. So a tuple is similar to a array list, but the difference is that a tuple can't have the methods to append, add an object inside of our list or remove an object. Now tuples are created using curly braces. These are curly braces over here, and we can add whatever kind of data we want. Ahmed, then Bill, and lastly Tim. Now if we why I haven't printed range tuple. Now we're gonna print out tuple and see what we get. So we get Ahmed, Ben, Bill, and Tim, and these are surrounded by the curly braces. Now there are many methods in tuple too, but in tuple you can't. So you see here you don't have the append method or remove method, add method. I don't know what this is. Here. Oh, now can we use append? No, we can't, because append is not a method of the tuple. So tuple is an object and it has methods. Let me show you count. Only count. I don't know how this works, but just see this is a tuple. It's just similar to a list, but it can't remove or add objects inside of it. Now, next we have sets. Now sets are similar to tuples and lists, but the difference, a major difference, is that sets can't have duplicates. Number one, sets have to be sorted. No, you can sort them on whatever you want, but when we print sets, Python automatically sorts our list automatically, and this is the major, you can say, the major difference between sets. And now I'm gonna just name a set. So it's a class. I shouldn't use set as a name. So I'm just gonna, oh yes, country. I'm just gonna name a variable called country. And for sets we use curly braces. Curly braces. And for curly braces we type in, we are going to type in Cairo, But so Cairo, Asia, Japan, and Australia. And Australia. So we have four objects in our set. This is a set, and now I'm gonna print my country object. So now the surprising thing is here is that Python automatically sorts out our list or objects in a ascending order. So first we were expecting Cairo, but we got Australia because Australia in means of ascending order is the first one. We can also index. These are also indexed just like tuples and lists. In tuples you can also index. Sorry, I didn't say anything about that. I missed that out. I was thinking I was blocked. So we use 0 and we get okay. Always not you can't use indexing right now. I thought you might be, but I didn't test it. Rushed out, so I rushed out. So this is how a that works. Now, if I want to have a duplicate Japan, if I have two Japan, so these are in duplicate, and now and Python automatically deletes that duplicate for us. So we were expecting two Japan, but we got only one. So Python moved that for us. And sets are very much you can say very useful. You can do whatever you want to do with them, and that's all. So our sets are complete. What time do we have? 17 minutes. In 17 minutes. Now, last thing we're gonna learn is the last but not the least. What we're gonna learn is dictionary. Now, let's move this. Now, dictionaries are similar to list, tuple, sets, not just similar to lists or tuple, but they are similar to lists. Oh, not similar to tuples or sets, but similar to lists, but they do not use numbers as indexing. What I'm saying is that they do not use tuples, no numbers, integers as indexing. Instead, they use primary keys or you can say keys to index objects inside of a dictionary. So I'm going to create a variable called dict, not a method or an object. Okay. So for dictionaries, we use curly brackets, just like we use these in text. So first of all, I'm the first value we want to give in is a key or the primary keys we want to use. So for me, I'm gonna write a name, a call. Then we use a colon to give our value to this name, or value to this name. So I'm just gonna type in Ahmed, and we use comma to separate our list, and this is a complete list. Ahmed is a object. Oh, wrong, sorry. Ahmed is a object, and it has the primary key called name. Next we have I want age as the primary key, so the value 90. Now if I print my dictionary, and we get our dictionary and along with our primary keys and data. So what if we want to index the uh, objects we have inside of here? What if we want to index those? Well, we can simply index We in lists we used to index them using numbers like this. But in dictionaries, it's different. You would have to use the primary keys you assign to the list to use them. So here I have it means a primary key, dict key, and oh, I didn't know about. But now name is a primary key. I'm gonna run this and we get Ahmed. Why? Because Ahmed had the primary key called name and we indexed dictionaries, our dictionary by the string called name, the primary key. If we want age, we would hit at age and it would return us age 19 because our age was 19. So, so this is our dictionaries. I don't know anything about dictionary methods. So this is all for this tutorial and meet you guys in the next one.